interpretations of the Constitution, the way we use the Constitution continue to change, and this set of elections could have an impact on the way that we look at the Constitution moving forward. How so?
Well, that's right. In part because the U.S. Constitution is so difficult to amend and has only been amended 27 times, and yet we know that there's been evolution and shift in understandings of constitutional provisions. And the usual way that that happens in the American system is through changes in judges who sit on the Supreme Court, or sometimes changes in the views of judges who sit on the Supreme Court. And for many years, elections have been claims have been made by candidates. They say, well, this is the election that will really change the Supreme Court and change some interpretations. It's a bit of a crying wolf exercise because a number of those kind of forecast vacancies haven't occurred, or at least not in a way to shift the majority. But here we really have the real deal this time. We have a deadlocked 4-4 court, and we have an open seat left open by Justice Scalia's passing. And the next president will have an opportunity to make that ninth appointment and shift the court's interpretation of key constitutional provisions in a number of ways.
And this could have ripple effects for decades, couldn't it?
No, that's right. And we're focusing on the one clear vacancy, and that is left by Justice Scalia's passing. But there's also a number of justices who are getting on in years, and it's always possible that some will choose to step down in coming years and leave even more opportunities for the next president to make a Supreme Court appointment. But focusing on the particulars, we can look at a number of areas where the current Supreme Court is deadlocked 4-4 on whether the First Amendment free speech clause, how should that be read to apply to campaign spending? On the religious establishment clause of the First Amendment, how should that be applied to, for instance, allowing school choice programs or disallowing that? On the understanding of the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms, is that an individual right of the people, or is that a collective right that just allows you to be a part of the militia? Or the commerce power or other powers, should those be read expansively, or should those be read in restrictive fashions? In each of these areas, we currently have a 4-4 division on the court. The next justice will have an opportunity to swing that interpretation in different ways.